With Maeda on the team now, do you think that Ellis and Grandal have to go to night school to learn Japanese? That way they can pick up some Korean and then have to know the English and the Spanish too? That's 4 languages that these catchers have to know. Coming to you pre-tape from the Best Coast Show studios. This is the Best Coast Show. I'm your host, Albert Aguilera. That's my producer, Curtis Stage. Curtis, we have the internet on our show today.
Wait, we have the internet?
Like the whole internet.
The whole internet's
the whole
with
internet.
us on the show. Today's a Dodger episode. We're going to be talking spring training baseball. Nothing more exciting after Hot Stove League than spring training, and we get really excited about that. We're going to be talking about our rotation. We got a bunch of lefties, but we do have a righty mixed in there. We're going to talk about the youth movement. We're going to talk about Jock Peterson. He's got a new stance, apparently, that might confuse some pitchers. We're going to talk, obviously, about Yasiel Puig. We always have to talk about him. But we have a special guest on our show, Albert.
We do. The internet.
The internet.
The internet. All right, guys. So joining us live via Skype, pre-tape for you at home, is going to be our good friend Taylor Nielsen, who runs Dodger Reddit. Yay!
Hey, what's
Welcome
up, guys?
to the show, Taylor. Thank you for Skyping in. Guys, Taylor is from Las Vegas, and he kind of has to watch Dodger games the same way we do and you do. You know, the way we do. You know what I'm talking about. Curtis, what I'm talking about.
Yeah. We will get on our computers because we're kind of smart, and we can find feeds that are not Time Warner. And AJ Ellis does it.
And AJ Ellis does it.
And Taylor does it.
We do it by example. So, Taylor, welcome to the program, and you're out in Vegas. Why don't you tell us about the situation out in Vegas?
You know what, man? Right now, for me, it's MLB TV and a VPN, and I'm good to go. Right now, I got the Yankee game on MLB Network right now, so I'm just waiting. I was watching someone had Periscope of the Dodgers first initial game going on, so I'm starting to get into it. I'm starting to get that itch, where you feel it in your bones. It's time to play.
Now, Taylor, do you go out to spring training games? I mean, you head out to Arizona and go to Camelback?
Definitely. I try and make a long weekend of it because, it's only like a 4-hour drive from here to the west end of Phoenix where Camelback is in Glendale. It's perfect, man. We go down there. The only thing is, Phoenix, I'm asking you, why are your hotels so expensive during the month of March? I get it. People are coming out, but, man, it's so expensive to stay down there.
Hey, you're in Vegas. Vegas hotels are expensive every weekend because there's something going on every weekend.
I get that, but come on, even like $150, $200 a night for like a Holiday Inn, really? Come on.
Okay, that's excessive.
Go.
Yes,
that's bad. You could sleep on the side of the street maybe and just bring a tent. There's a lot of homeless in Los Angeles. I'm sure there's a lot of homeless in Glendale.
You know what? That's a really good idea. Except in the desert, nights are cold. Nights are cold. And then the days are hot. I don't know how it works. I don't know the science of it, but yeah. I'm not a big camping guy. So
okay, good.
So, and Taylor, you're telling us that you are blacked out in Las Vegas the same way we're blocked out here in Los Angeles. What is the market in Las Vegas that you are blacked out? Is it a Dodger market?
It is, yeah. Actually, all of the Southern California teams, Arizona and Northern California, it's all blacked out. It's all over the place. Trying to watch a game, even if it's like on MLB Network, is like a big headache. So, like I said, I got rid of all that. MLB TV, I'm giving myself a little VPN. Shout out to Ad Free Time, and that's it, man. I can watch anything, anytime.
So you're salvaging Vin Scully's last season in Las Vegas.
Definitely. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
I think I'm going to record Vin's last season. The whole season, I'm just going to record
You're going to DVR
it.
every game of the last season?
Every game on my computer.
Oh, that's a good idea. Then you can watch it whenever.
The rest of my life. Let's talk a little bit about, since spring training starts, the focus is usually always on the pitching right off out of the gate. We have so many pitchers right now. Give us a little idea of what you're thinking about with this rotation. How are you with all the lefties in there? And then, of course, I want to talk about Maeda because I need to get this guy's jersey, I think.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I'm a lefty, so I love the lefty. I love all the lefties throwing, right? Growing up, I pitched. Watching Kershaw's amazing. I'm excited to see what Scott Kazmir does. I don't know if he can be number 2, Alex Wood, Brett Anderson. Hey, just give us some innings, a couple wins here and there. I'm really excited to see what Kenta Maeda can do. Grandal said the other day, hey, he's got 4 pitches like Greinke has 4 pitches.
That's a bold statement. That's a bold comparison.
Right, isn't it?
He had to backtrack. Yeah, he had to backtrack.
I'm interested to see how far he can go. And I love how the Dodgers structured his contract to where they're not forking over a bunch of cash for an unknown. That one guy we signed from Cuba.
Yeah.
But they're giving him, hey, here's a couple mil, and then if you make the incentives, we'll pay you whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, $10 million. He has up to $90 million in incentives. So that's a great incentive. That's 90 million reasons to pitch well.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, and for me, it's like, hey, performance-based incentives, go for. I love it. I love that idea.
Oh, I'm sure that the players union hates that, but hey, as Dodger fans, as the ownership group, I'm sure they love it.
Yeah, totally. I think it's awesome because then it just motivates him to go pitch.
I hear a baby crying.
Yeah, that's the newest Dodger fan in my family.
Oh,
I got
all right.
4
Congratulations.
boys. Right.
Nice.
I'm a dad of 4 boys, and that one he was born last month, end of January. So,
Welcome
he's
to the
good now.
Dodger
He's being
family.
fed. Yeah, man,
That's great.
it's awesome. My boys, I got three boys now that we take to baseball games. We've taken them down to Dodger Stadium. They love it. We sit in the seats for like 2 innings, and then they just want to go play in the play places, and that's what we do.
Exactly. Just wait till they become teenagers. My son, he now knows what's going on and pays attention to the game.
See that? I'm looking forward to that day. It's a little further down the road, but we'll see.
Yeah, it took a little while. So Maeda, this guy's got a kind of a wacky, wind up as a lot of Japanese pitchers do. He reminds me. I mean, if we can get anything close to Hideo Nomo, who I was a huge fan of. I mean, if we get 80% of Hideo Nomo, I'll be super stoked. I mean, if this guy can stay healthy, he's 28, so he's a year older than Kershaw.
He'll be 28 when the season starts.
So he's about the same age as Kersh. And if, we don't even have Ryu back. I mean, Ryu, we say Ryu or Ryu?
No, it's Ryu because he's Korean. It'd be Ryu if he were Japanese, but he's Korean, so it's Ryu.
Okay, so
Ryu.
Ryu.
I mean, we've been at this. It's like when they can't pronounce Puig. We've been at this for like 4 years now. Like, come on. Or
okay, so it's Ryu.
Yeah, or when people keep saying Alex Martinez instead of Alec Martinez, it drives me insane.
So
but it doesn't help that the Dodgers just signed Yasiel Sierra.
Yeah, we have another Yasiel.
Yasiel. I don't know how that one works either. So just sign everybody with a Y name. It works.
So they should just sign Cuba. What they should do, the ownership, the Guggenheim Group should just go out. They should purchase the island of Cuba and use the island as like a minor league affiliate.
We'll get to Cuba in a minute because we have to talk about the main Cuban who hasn't fully panned out for us yet, but there's such high expectations of
Alex
him coming
Guerrero?
back. Yeah. So Maeda, I think, my feeling is if he can kind of figure out, the American hitters, the American, way of baseball. Maybe he fools a bunch of people at the start of the season, and we get, we get kind of a diamond here as a number 3 starter. I mean, he's going to dominate other number 3s, except for maybe the Giants' number 3 in Cueto, or Samardzija. Well, I think he might be better than Samardzija.
And I'm really hoping that he does meet the incentives. If he meets the incentives, that means he's kicking ass.
Yeah. Now, what about our relief corps? I mean, Kenley's
Joe Blanton.
Yeah,
Joe Blanton's back.
Do we need to get excited about Joe Blanton coming back?
God, no.
He pitched well at the end of last season. He did.
For what, a month and a half?
Well, I mean, that's what relief pitchers. We need people at the end of the season to come in, and so maybe we just have him Taylor. Maybe we have Joe Blanton take the first 3 months off and come in late August.
That way he doesn't give up home runs to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what the bullpen does. Last year, you had some injuries. You had some guys that were kind of all over the place. Yimi Garcia, and it just kind of, I don't know. It seemed like they were lost for a little bit. But then, you looked at the numbers, and it wasn't that bad. So, I don't know. It's a crapshoot right now. But I think the Dodgers made some moves to get some guys that can give us some innings out of the bullpen, but also supplement those guys who are hopefully gonna progress this year. Baez, Garcia, Howell. I mean, some of these guys, hopefully they can get better than they were last year, and then hopefully we can supplement with some of these other dudes like Yasiel Sierra.
Well, I love Howell because he took less money. He could have got more money on the market.
And he wanted to stay here.
And he wanted to stay here. So he wants to prove something. And I just love his grit, his, kind of the way he is. I think he's a good clubhouse guy. I think everybody loves him. And so I think he's going to be that
would
anchor.
Would you want to leave Los Angeles regardless of what they're paying you? Would you want to go pitch in Denver
Greinke
or
did.
some shitty market? Because Greinke's greedy.
Yeah,
and he doesn't care about the weather.
Did Greinke cut his hair when he went to Arizona?
Yeah, douche.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you think
I have to fully admit I coined JP Howell, JP 2-on-1 out Howell, because when he comes into the game, that's what ends up happening.
Yeah.
2 guys on and 1 out, no matter what. But hopefully he changes things this year. We'll see.
And do you think Urias is going to crack the not necessarily the rotation, but just the roster this year?
I would think he's probably a late September or just an early September call-up. I don't know. I mean, if he does come in, pitch earlier than September, it's probably due to injury, which isn't a good thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rush him if I were the Dodgers.
Is
There's
this
no
a
reason
year we
to.
trade Zach Lee? But everyone's been high on this guy for years, and I'm like, get rid of him.
Dude, we can't get a bucket of batteries for Zach
I've been saying,
Lee.
get rid of him.
No, Zach Lee is like the next great hope, okay? Zach Lee is the guy who's going to change the world, right? And then he comes out and he pitches in like a spot start, and he gets shelled, and everybody goes, oh, yeah, that's why he hasn't gone anywhere and done anything.
Yeah.
Is he going to move? I don't know. Maybe he'll be in the trade with Andre Ethier somewhere. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I mean, I'm not – everyone knows it. You guys know it. I'm not big on prospects. I hate prospects. I hate draft picks because until they do something, that's all they are as a prospect. And most prospects don't pan out. You have the 1, the 2 that do, but most don't.
But everybody's a prospect at some point.
Right. And
I mean, Corey Seager's the number 1 prospect.
Right. And it's like, remember when we had Ivan de Jesus?
Yeah.
He was supposed to be the next A-Rod. Nothing. When we had Chin Lung Hu, and then exactly. And then we brought him up. Oh, this guy's the best second baseman on the planet.
Yeah.
And they bring him up to the majors, and they realize he can't hit for shit. And now his value is 0.
Well, that's baseball.
Sell high.
Yeah, that's baseball.
Sell high.
Well, listen, I'm super excited about Jose De Leon. I mean, spring is a good time to see these young players that will be on our team next year.
Especially with Greg Maddux. And Taylor, you know a lot about Greg Maddux. You worship Greg Maddux growing up, being a kid watching him. He's the best pitcher of a generation. And now he's helping out another best pitcher of a generation with the stat nerds, with the computers and the analytics. And Greg Maddux never blew anybody away. This guy, they call him the professor because he outthinks the other coaches, outthinks the hitters. And adding that to Maeda, adding that to Kershaw, to Kazmir, I think that's going to do a lot.
But adding that to these young guys like Urias and
build them
De
up.
Leon, it's going to be great. What about Cody Bellinger? Could we see him come up? Because Adrian, listen, I love
If
Adrian.
Gonzo gets hurt, you might see Van Slyke in there for a little bit before Bellinger comes up. But
have you seen this kid, Have you seen Bellinger?
I love Bellinger. Bellinger's got some pop. Follow him on Twitter. They're trying to get him to 10,000 followers before the end of spring. But for me, I like the idea of having a backup because I think Scott Van Slyke, personally, I think Scott Van Slyke could be a top 20 outfielder. He's that good.
Yeah.
And he hits the ball everywhere, plays above average defense. I think Scott Van Slyke is a steal for whatever. I mean, the Dodgers, for whatever reason, have been holding on to this dude, and he's been okay with it. He's amazing. But I don't think he can play first base. And I like the idea of bringing up a guy like Bellinger and saying, hey, you're the heir apparent to Gonzo. You know, get it together, figure it out, learn from him, and go from there. It's awesome, man. It's nice to have that kind of depth in the organization instead of just, once Adrian's gone, trying to fill it until we trade for somebody like Ryan Howard or something stupid like that.
That would be terrible. But
Ned Colletti just perked up when he heard that.
Do you think they might do something what they did with Sager? Will they bring in a shortstop as a bridge? Because Gonzo still has a couple years left in his contract, and this guy, even though he's slow as shit, he's got a great glove at first base, and this guy's a contact hitter. This guy is consistently consistent.
I mean, that's the beauty of Adrian Gonzalez, right? You put him in the lineup every single day, and Dave Roberts has said, this spring, he's not going to let Adrian Gonzalez play every day because Adrian Gonzalez would play every day if he could. He said himself he didn't want to come out. Yeah, but Dave Roberts said, look, you can't play every day. He's just not that at that physical level right now, and that's okay because I think the Dodgers have a lot of fair to good replacements for Adrian Gonzalez to fill in for a couple games here and there. And if we can save Adrian Gonzalez so that he's healthy for the stretch run, that's the ideal move right there.
What about Jock Peterson? He's got a new stance. I saw some BP the other day, and he's sporting a new What's going on there? Did you see that?
I think I like Jock. Actually, I love Jock Peterson. I know a lot of fans after his second half last year were like, "Oh, Jock Peterson's terrible." No, listen, man. Give the kid some time to work. He's shortened up a little bit.
Yeah.
He looks like he's just really focusing on making contact, which is huge because, he's swinging that big old 34-ounce, 34-inch bat. It's huge. It's heavy. If he can shorten up and just really make solid contact, he's going to hit the ball a ton. We saw that last year. Jock Peterson hitting bombs all over the place when he makes contact. He just needs to work on making that contact. And by shortening up, I think he'll do that.
Yeah, and I don't mind doubles off the wall. I don't.
You're right.
Listen, I love home runs, but he needs to get on base.
Yeah, as long as he gets on base. Because this guy's fast enough to steal bases. You can turn a single into a double. You can turn a double into a triple. But as long as he gets on base, be smart. Make some contact, or even watch the ball and walk. This guy struck out 200 times last year.
Yeah.
But he had a ton of walks too.
Yeah.
If he can cut down on the strikeouts and walk a lot, go for it. Have fun, man. Be the top of the lineup guy, because the Dodgers, that's the one thing they don't really have, is that top of the lineup guy. And don't give me we need D Gordon back. I don't want to hear that crap. Howie Kendrick is solid. Let him be.
But you're right. We don't have a legitimate leadoff guy. Yeah, you're right. No, we don't have a legit leadoff guy. And it was Jock until he started to not get on base. And then Puig is Puig. He comes and goes as he pleases because he's hot and cold all the time. And we're lucky that he's not going to get suspended like Chapman did.
He is not getting suspended.
He's not getting suspended for something he didn't do. Like TMZ comes out and they're like, "Oh, Yasiel Puig," and then they're like, "Oh, wait, by the way, that's not Yasiel Puig." So it's like, wait a second, what?
Hey,
are you serious? You just made something up and we're good?
You should know better. You're on the internet. It's about being first, not about being right.
Yes.
Come on, guys. Journalism.
Yeah,
Journalism.
Right. My bad.
Yeah.
My bold prediction for this season: Yasiel Puig hits 30 homers. I think he's going to have a breakout season this year. I think he's geared up. He's looking just slim and fit. I think he's going to have a great year this year.
And that's my problem with everyone saying what you just said. We need 30 home runs. He's going to get 30, 35. I don't give a shit about 30, 35 home runs. Hit 300 for the love of God.
Yeah.
Hit 300.
Don't strike out with men on base.
Here's my thing. Yasiel Puig, they're saying he's at 6% body fat. At no point has anyone ever said, "Hey, Yasiel, you're a fat ass. You look like freaking Panda. Slim down." No one's ever said that. This guy's always had the body of a Greek god. And I'm kind of like, listen, you have this God-given freak talent that you can be an NFL player if you wanted to, but you're not. You're a baseball player. My thing has always been that Yasiel Puig is a terrible baseball player. He just has the skill set to offset his lack of baseball knowledge, because everyone says you don't hit the cutoff man. Yeah. You can't run bases for shit. You steal like a wild man. It's like, improve your baseball skill set, because your athletic, freakish talent is there.
Yeah.
Because baseball, you got fat guys that can do things better than him.
Yeah.
Let's put some of that on Don Mattingly, though, and his unwillingness to work with him. You read all the stories. Mattingly and Puig are always, not talking or not getting. Maybe Mattingly came to him and said, "Hey, you need to do this. You need to do this." But I think the Dave Roberts change is going to change the culture in the clubhouse a lot, and I think it'll reflect in guys like Puig.
And what kind of a manager do you see him being? Because he's never managed at any level. He's been an assistant coach. He played for the Dodgers at one point. He won a World Series with the Red Sox. He's a gritty guy. Do you see him being aggressive, gritty with the players? Is he going to let the players be players? What kind of a clubhouse guy is he going to be in terms of a manager?
I think he'll give the Dodgers some structure and say, "Hey, this is what we're going to do," but he's going to let the guys be the guys. He was in that 2004 Red Sox clubhouse where they had so many of those personalities. Johnny Damon with his long flowing hair, and David Ortiz and Kevin Millar. There were a lot of personalities in that clubhouse, and everybody talks about Dave Roberts and how he kept it smooth and professional, and he was one of those clubhouse type dudes. I think he'll do that same thing here. There's a ton of personalities on the team, but I think Dave Roberts will be the professional guy and get things done.
I'd hope so too. I just hope he can manage a bullpen. What I always hated about Joe Torre and Mattingly is they had no fucking clue how to operate a bullpen because they were American League guys.
Yeah.
But Dave Roberts knows what he's doing there.
So, Albert, what's our gift of the day?
All right, guys, our gift of the day, it's a spring training gift of the day between the Dodgers and the Angels. You guys might remember this if you're old enough. I barely remember this, but I do remember. This is one of my childhood memories. It's Chan-Ho Park being touched, and Chan-Ho Park doesn't like being touched, much like Adrian Beltre doesn't like being touched.
Yeah.
And he goes and drop kicks the Angels pitcher. That's awesome. I mean, come on, that's great. That's what spring training's all about.
Love it.
You got to work out the kinks. So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to get Cody Bellinger up to 10,000 Twitter followers. Don't forget to follow him on Twitter. Don't forget to stalk Taylor on Twitter. It's at Dodgers Reddit. Don't forget to stalk us on Twitter at Best Coast Show. That's been our show. You guys have a good night.